He's always got that sort of potential to mold into a bigger player. That was kind of their idea behind it. But it seems like trying to settle in with Jenko back into the fold, it's taking a little bit longer than you expect it to.
Yeah, it has. I mean, they've had obviously, they're doing very well in UK Masters. They qualified for EPS. They are doing well. The problem is, you mentioned Fry1, right? The potential there. I mean, in terms of fragging ability, they are quite similar. One of the issues was obviously communication, and does Jenko bring that? Anyway, into the first round here. Method versus Epsilon. Epsilon on that CT side, we're seeing kit, double flashbang. No smoke, so we won't be seeing some smoke diffusers come out. That could play a factor later on. Weber here goes towards big play. He's an unseen. Actually, Felipe gets flashed, peeks the angle, sees nothing. This might cause a rotation from the CT side to go back towards drop or to go towards A.
Let's see if that is going to be the case though. Freddy still just holding a close angle as he is hoping they're going to push into his ever-waiting arms. But Method still just playing off the back of the time.
Yeah, indeed. Weber's trying to listen out, see how many players are there. The flashbang comes in, the HC goes out. No armor there means he will fall.
Let's see how they can respond to this. Freddy B peeks up and takes the head off Nilzinho very swiftly, hungry for more as well, as he's just trying to stay alive, keep himself in the action so his two teammates can rotate over, but he does fall. Leaves him in a 3 versus 2, but this late rotate where they're spread thin is going to be so abysmal.
Jenko as well, close towards connected. The rotations can't come in that way. Cosmin through drop. He needs to find the head share onto Pulse.
Struggling a little bit as Stanley takes down Smooya. It's all left on Cosmin. He rattles off an abundance of shots, but no frags go his way. He does land the flick on towards Jenko, which makes his life a little bit easier. But with no kit, he has to react fast. Encroaches upon the bomb site as he slowly tries to tiptoe up towards the bomb, waiting for them to peek into him. Can recover the kit, but they peek out at the right time, play together, and Pulse will find the shot. Method get the opening round.
They do indeed. We've seen that pistol before from Method. The idea is the person with the best spawn towards B gets into the Cubby B platform. He will not be spotted. No information is given away. The rest of the players go back towards drop. You smoke off, window side drop. You burst down, you split B, having Weber on the flank towards that player, towards platform. They find that entry, and as soon as that player dies towards platform, suddenly it's so easy to flood out of drop. And winning that T-pistol is so crucial as well, because on your CT side, if you force buy into this one, you might be lacking the AWP. You'll be lacking Molotovs as well if the Ts decide to go for fast rush towards that B site on the first buy round. Say they've kept in some SMGs and whatnot. Not having the Molotovs to hold off those pushes could be detrimental.
That's the thing as well. Talking about that T side, even just for Method as a standpoint, Method always come in very hard and fast with dominating T sides. So much rifle prowess on the team. Everyone loves that more aggressive style of play. They will try and set the pace of the game. So them starting off T side is actually very good for them. This is where they're going to get into it. As long as they have a good showing, off the back of getting the pistol round in as well, they're setting themselves up, right? You've done the hard part.
What's big as well, look at the money here. Okay, we've seen a half quasi buy here from the CT side. You've got Bar there with a Deagle flashbang bot. All of the players situated around $500. No one there has 1,100. You need 1.1k to have an AWP with Kevlar into the next buy round. We know how aggressive Smooya likes to play. Not having Kevlar could definitely be a thorn. Later comes back to bite him. So, into the second round here, Method with the MAC-10s and whatnot. Going to be the 2 sets of Kevlar on Cosmin and Freddy B. For this round here, for Method, Nilzinho and co, have 5 alive, 4 alive, build up your cash, able to buy up into the later buy rounds, even if you do lose this ones.
Yeah, and Method absolutely love these rounds. Their slow play style, where you walk in, they're going to clear every angle, play it very slow and collective. This is where they're going to be able to come out on top. Losing no members so far as they rip their way through. They're getting the kills with the SMGs as well. Pulse will shut down Maeve here, so it does fall to the last 3 members of Epsilon, but they're just trying to back off. The thing is, Weber is in the rear with a UMP. He could rack up an abundance of cash if he plays it right here. Will give away his position as he fires off a couple of pot shots, has to react quickly. He is just going to roam around, but if he gets these frags in, stops Epsilon from getting through with any additional armor out of the round, and just racks up that additional bonus as well for Method, this is going to be a very juicy round for them.
Yeah, on the CT side, you still get your money loss bonus even if you don't die, so staying alive here, they want to try and avoid the SMGs stacking up the cash, which they've already done.
Yeah, doing a good job as they do fire back. They take down 2 players on the T side, but Weber, he will peek out swift stuff as he finds that absolutely beautiful shot. But Freddy B, Deagle in his hand, he's doing some damage here as he just goes blow for blow, just hammering out on the trigger. Looks like he should be able to survive as well.
Yeah, Galil saved there by Pulse. No AKs brought up from the T start as we head into round number 3. So, 4,000 across the board right now for Method. They might even drop over one of these MAC-10s. Might even buy a Tech 9, go for a fast rush towards B. They know they're going to be playing versus unarmored USPs, potentially, unless Epsilon want to mirror Envious Academy's 3rd round force buy.
Yep. So the buy's coming in once again, and let's see how they are actually going to play this.
HG's on Barbar May. They're going to be trying to get an Immortal Strike towards that B platform. You see Virtus Pro do that very commonly on the eco rounds on Cobblestone, but instead, unfortunately for them, it's going to be a fast play here towards A. And I mentioned before, the Tech 9s are out on 2 players. and Mac-10s as well, trying to stack up that cash.
That's the thing, that aggressive shock and awe style play as well, you just hammer through mid right now. Close angle is going to be so easy to clear with those Tech 9s. Just run and gun style CS. As long as they get past Freddy B without him getting a casualty, it'll be an easy fast play towards A. But they're also forcing the over-rotate as well, so the mind games can come into effect.
4 HP on there on Stanley. Only a Mac-10 in his hand, so even if he does 4, it's not really the end of the world. If you pick up a Mac-10 with no armor, you can't really do too much of it unless you play a headshot angle. Nevertheless, though, HE comes in, Barber finds 1 frag and makes it 5 vs 4.
Approaches to the A-bomb side, but they're getting their nades out early, and they're actually getting caught off guard because of this. But luckily enough, they strike back. 2 frags begin to go their ways. They clear the site, hungry for more, and they do pick them off very effectively. It's only 1 man left. It's Cosmine, and he is out of position. Slowly gets back over there. Oh, an instant dink through the door.
I think they've heard that as well. They've heard the headshot come through. They know exactly where he is. Sorry. The goal right now for the CT side on Eco, try and find 2 frags, which they've already done. The problem is, obviously, they found kills onto Tech 9s. You're not really doing that much damage to the economy of Method. Let's see, let's find 1 extra frag. Low HP as well there onto that player. I believe it was Jenko, so if he did find that kill, would have been some extra money taken away from the Ts. But nevertheless, right? 2 players staying alive for the T side. You got 3 kills on your CT Eco. Not the end of the world for themselves as we do go into the first buy. It's going to be interesting to see the buys here as well. Let's take a look. Orb on Smooya, he does have Kevlar. He did find a frag on the Eco, which meant he had that extra to $300, pushing him over the edge, allowing him to have Kevlar Orb, but no utility. Let's see how he wants to play this one. Typically, the Orb plays towards A, towards Connector. You fast rotate towards B. If a rush comes in towards B or an execute comes towards B, you can try rotating through Connector, get to Rock, hold those long-range angles as the cross comes towards site. Still, though, Pulse and Co slowly going towards A-Long. It's 3 players, mirroring exactly what we saw previous weeks from Cobblestone, from Method. They tend to go for A-Long control in their default, take control of A-Long, and from there they can do an execute, they can fake it, but they're trying to get portions of the map. Weather goes towards B and throws all his nades, trying to mimic some map control.
Yep, just making their presence known a little bit, just going to put some audio cues down, hopefully keep the attention of Epsilon on them as they do make their approach round. They can trade for each other quite effectively as well, but this is a huge smoke. Zones them out for a very long amount of time.
What's very interesting as well, this is the first time I've seen Method smoke off the end of A-Long, right? We were casting them only a few days ago and they weren't smoking it. They're anticipating the AWP from Smee to be playing around A-Long. They don't want to give Owen Butterfield any frags. The man on your screen right there, holding towards mid. This position here towards Hobbit, not really in the meta right now. Typically, you play towards APC because it's easier to fall back towards site. You can get caught up towards balcony if the Ts get towards wood. But nevertheless, though, if he lands that first frag, that's all he really needs to do for his team.
Yep. And Smooya as well, very effective at getting those sort of flashy, fast, early frags, the pixel shots you don't expect to be able to land, that just creates a little bit of issues inside of the team. And he will actually find it, shuts down Stanley as he tries to get mid-control, and now the rest of the teams have to converge. They're going to go for the split push on towards the A-bomb site. Weber coming in late for the lurk as they make their approach through. Smooya already in a new position, ready to try and get these one-and-done frags, but Jenko kicks it off with his rifling skills, finds the head of Barber, and quickly knocks it off. Smooya will rattle off around, but he can't quite find the frag. It seems they're unaware of the location of Maeve, though, as well, and he pulls out 2 headshots as he bounds down from his angle. Nilzinho tries to commit to the bomb plant, wasn't meant to be, and Epsilon claim their first round.
Nice and easy as well. The execute comes in, but as they cross, Smooya, Zorp, and Co deal the damage needed to hold off that push towards the A side. 3 players staying alive as well for the CT side, so only 2 players needing drop, and obviously utility being rebrought up. They are prone to the reset here now. You can see 2,000 across the board, 1,200 as well. And I believe that's Maeve, so if Method win this one, Epsilon will get that 1.4k plus. They're going to have around 3,000 each, so you're not really going to get the best buy if you do lose this round, but talking about buys, Method there, 3 Tech 9s, 2 AKs down to Jenku and Weber. If I'm on the T side right now, these 2 AKs, I might go for a B contact play towards B platform, have Nilzinho try and use some nades towards A, but look, he has no utility, can't really sell much of a fake here, and already 4 players from the CT side are situated towards the B side, so they know exactly what's going on, they know the money's low, they're anticipating a play towards B. Still, though, slow default from both teams. For Epsilon Esports, they know they're going to be playing versus a potential low, but they don't want to give the Ts any advantages here, any openings onto a site. If you die towards drop, you're prone to the split. And that could be detrimental. If they lose this one, the reset method should be able to get to, what, 1 to 5, 1 to 6 potentially as well, but it's going to be Cosme to find the first.
They peek out and they're doing a good job. Cosme goes 2 for 1 as well as Nilzinho will eventually fire back on the Tech 9 and take him down, but you can see the Ts now have to just try and make their play. Their hand has been forced into the round. They can't try and have any mind games into it as well. And they just have to flash themselves out, go for the all-out aggression towards the B-bomb site and hope for the absolute best. Stanley will take the first peek as he swings wide, does get their attention, so Nilzinho could try and strike, but unfortunately, him and Weber fall, but Stanley starts to do damage, kicks in the overdrive right now with the Tech 9. He is going to get spotted out, tagged down to just 10 HP. Scavenges the Kalashnikov to try and allow him to do something into the round.
Frags are so important here as well because the money is low on that CT side, but Smooya, of course, doesn't miss those easy ones. secures the frag there onto Stanley in that 1 versus 2, as we do see 2 rounds on the board now for Epsilon Esports. Let's take a look at the buy, see if they're going to be ecoing. So Method, bomb did not go down. 3,000 is the average there, so they're going to be ecoing this one. This is the round now where Epsilon, they have to build their bank. You can see 100 on Barber, 100 on Freddy B. This is the round where you have 4 alive, 5 alive. You stack up cash with this SMGs. You want to have about 4K in your bank after this one, so you're able to buy up in case you lose that 7th round.
Yep, just try and earn some money into this one. Hope for the best. They're going to go for the all-out Shock and Awe style strat. Charge away at mid, take as much map control as you want, rub your dirty shoes all over the place. But Smoothie will come in with the CZ frag, takes down Weber, as they are hungry to just try and slow this down as quickly as possible. No casualties is the best case scenario, and seems like it is just left on Nilzinho already. So it has gone the way the CT's wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly that. Very clean round there. Could even potentially carry over these SMGs. The money P. So let's take a look at the buy as we do head into round number 7. Barbar there on your screen. A very firm leader, right? Leads by example. And let's see now, 3-3 is your scoreline as we do head into round number 7. And yes, the SMGs are kept. 3,000, 5,000 down to Smir, so roughly what I said. You have the money in the bank. If you lose this round, you will be able to buy up into the next one. We might be seeing some risky players here from the CT side, as they do have some security in their bank right now. But yeah, no AWP right now on the T side. Nilzinho again has no utility. I mean, typically we see him buy up the Tech 9 and take the hit, but already Freddy B finds the frag onto Pulse, but it's a fast reply there from Jenko.
Quick stuff towards this B bomb site as they're just trying to get the early advantage as the frags do start to unfold. Smu also falls as well. This is huge for Method. There is a massive chance into the round at this point. They just need to try and play it slow down the pace a little bit, and play it smart.
So Barbar here with the UMP close range towards Electric. Cosmo the AK as well towards B platform, and then Maeve alone with that UMP. Nilzinho here, he can try to sell a fake towards the A site, but already Stanley misses the flick. Somehow, some way, Barbar misses that.
Ridiculous. Somehow Stanley lands the flick, doesn't actually get the frag off the back of it, but responds with a Glock straight away. Cosmo had the angle cover, but he whiffs it as well. They can double peek into him now as they read it perfectly. Jenko connects the headshot, and it's just left on Maeve. Method bouncing back into the game instantly as soon as they have the cash to play with.
Yeah, you can see their faces as well. They know exactly what the chances are. If they lose this round, they're again prone to that reset if it does come through. 4 players alive as well for the Method side. As I say that, there'll be 3 because Stanley does fall.
Maeve will find one frag in the back line as he slowly tiptoes in through the rear. Worst case scenario now, just run away with that AK-47, at least have something to play with, but he is going to try and make a bit more of a dent. Charges in, finds the frag over on towards Weber, has a kit to play with as well, and a lot of utility, so there is still a chance into the round if he hurries things along, but Jenko had it covered, spots him out by drop, and will punish.
What's interesting there as well, Jenko on low HP wasn't playing the stairs position, the headshot angle, so Jenko in the open, one body shot they would have taken down, then it's, the 1 versus 1 versus Nilzinho, so potential clutch there from Maeve. Method could have potentially played that a little bit more efficient, but nevertheless, they do get the round. So, 4 on the board from Method, as they do go 1 in the lead. Obviously, after winning that pistol, they've only so far had 1 buy-round win. The buy for Epsilon, though, AWP again onto Smoothie, this time of full utility. The thing is, though, will they play passive? They know their money's low. If they lose this, Method gets a 5. They're going to play versus a force with Epsilon. That could be 6, and then from there, the full eco. This could be a 7-3 scoreline based off of who wins this round. And once again, we're seeing no AWP on that T side, and the utility is fairly weak as well. 2 players without utility could be detrimental if they do try and go for an execute towards the B side. Smear, though, flashes out as the smoke does fade. And you can see if he mollies this as well, clears out the whole of B platform, they can have it.
Towards drop down as well. They are going to go 1-for-1 as the trades come in very early into the round. Stanley left on 44 HP, though. So he's looking a little bit green around the gills as he goes through that first fight. Slow stuff now as well. They just want to slow down the tempo. Once again, go to their contact style of CS. They are making their play towards the A bomb site. It's going to be Maeve in position, though, and he is unreal at defending these sites.
He is indeed. Maeve here playing towards Godspot. Typically, you find 1 frag here, and usually you're traded, right? As long as the Ts are playing close together, they have good spacing. If Jenko peeks out here a little bit too early, and he does, but somehow, some way, he does win that round. Sorry, that duel, allowing them to have a 1-man advantage, 40 seconds left on the clock, and now the push comes in. You've got as well Stanley there towards drop, might be able to come in from behind.
Making their play through Stanley, another headshot comes out as he shuts down Smuya. Cosme's in a prime time position to deal an absolute blow. Peeks out, hits Jenko straight in the jaw as he's hungry for more as well. Roaming around, just trying to clear these angles. Here's the last ditched attempt of defending the round. And unfortunately, Epsilon can't quite do it. Nilzinho punishes him, and Epsilon let it all slip away.
So, why have Method picked Cobblestone? Let's have a think here, right? Train, they love Nuke as well. Nuke is going to be the second map. I believe that was picked by Epsilon. Epsilon lost last week to Reason in a very one-sided fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Method obviously thinking, you know what, we can do the same. In their heads, they're probably thinking, we're stronger than Reason. If they can do it, we can do it as well. Then so far, so good. I mean, they have only won 2 buy rounds, Epsilon winning 3, but nevertheless, it's going to be eco round here. So there should be 6-3. Another money round here for Method. You can see the UMP there onto Weber, stack up as much cash as possible, and apply so much pressure to the CT side now.
Once again, the slow default coming out. Just hold your angles, play for picks. It's been working very well for them as Epsilon. They have been making the occasional mistakes. Early contact plays, just peeking unprotected. This time around, they do get the information and are actually able to fall back.
Well, they have to fall back because of a failed Molotov. It does stunt the push, but then again, they are playing versus the eco, luckily. Freddy Beat trying to get a peek out, trying to get some information. A proper Molotov comes through, Money's upstairs, and now in the open, he does fall.
Jenko is going to get the opening frag, but there's a trade coming back in as actually Jenko with the team attack on towards Pulse. Maybe a little bit of a rupture going on in the team, but they're hungry for more. Jenko just on an absolute streak right now, ripping off heads left, right, and center. Maeve's in the rear, once again the last man left standing. Highly unlikely he does anything into the round. Just play for exit frags at this point, likely. See if you can scavenge your weapon. Jenko does push in, but Jenko will not allow any of his shenanigans.
When you're on eco, you're trying to get 1 or 2, well, 2 to 3 kills. I mean, if you get 2 frags, you're taking out potentially $8,000 worth of investment from the opposing side. So any money taken out of that bank of the opposing team is obviously a benefit to you potentially later on. I mean, you get a frag with a P250, that could put an AK onto a Tech 9 into the next round, obviously. So Weber now onto the UMP. 4,000 across the board and the money as well for Methods. They can buy up if they lose this one. The pressure is on Epsilon. They've lost 3 in a row right now, and already it's going to be a fast mid-play.
Hit him hard and fast, but let's see if that is going to work out. Weber should have been taken down there, but he pulls off the flick of his life as he hits the head of Freddy B, taking him down. Hungry as well as they just storm their way through. Not messing about at all. Maeve gets tagged down early, but it's only 2 HP. They have the crossfire, but the flashbang comes in somehow. He still fights through the blind. There's a hat trick for him to defend this side. Cosmine as well rips their clean off a Pulse with a response. 2 frags for him, and that is a great way to close it out.
The counter nades there are too strong from that CT side. Flashbang comes in, disorientates the T's as they try to push up middle. What you're trying to do on that mid rush is go through mid, take control of mid, but before you go over that middle wall, railing that middle wall, you want to smoke off connector and a Molotov off towards Hobbit, have a flash over as well. The problem is though, well, they're trying to set that up before they do try and take that A site. Obviously the counter nades were too strong. Good smoke there from Maeve. Plays the off angle. Method obviously never seen that before. Catches them off guard and he finds the hat trick frag there. The 3K stunting the push. Let's see there, this is a slow round here from Method. Going to be the default coming out. Once again, Nielsen towards the A site. He has used his smoke and flashbang, so smokes off towards Matrix. Flashes through mid as well. Trying to see if he can force 2 players to stay towards the A site, and he's done just that. 2-1-2 setup. And actually what's very common right now in the meta as well is playing double towards drop, and here's why.
They're going to try and get those trades effectively, but they go 1 for 1. Barbar tries to respond once again, but Weber, even though he gets blind and forced back, he still finds the frag. They're in such a good position as well. Cosmine, it relies so heavily on him now. He needs to get the kills to buy his teammates enough time to rotate over, but it's unlikely. He does have the drop on him, but it's more of a one and done angle. As soon as he gives the game away, they should respond straight away, and Jenko won't allow him to do anything. Rips his head clean off. Maeve and Smooya are miles out of position. They are going to try and cause a little bit of a kerfuffle as they come over, but it's highly unlikely they do anything here, Snods.
So, 2 versus 4. Should have really been going for the save here. I'm not quite sure how good their money is, but nevertheless, there's Smooya here towards Rock, trying to see if he can find an entry onto the site, make it 2 versus 3, and potentially from there it could be winnable. But he's been spotted. It's near enough impossible now, Jack.
Yeah, no reason to peek at all. Just play it smart. Pulse is going to go out for the frag anyway. Rips his head off on fire.
Look at that, 2,000. 0. Why is he not saving that scenario? You're going to have 3,000, roughly 3,000 on 2 teammates. You can drop over M4s. They could have had a 4 rifle buy into the next round, and instead they throw it away. What is the point?
Really just setting themselves into economic hell, yeah.
Yeah, lack of discipline already showing from the CT side. Maeve here wastes another $300 as well. So 7-4 now, 3-round difference between these 2 teams.
Let's have a think. Helping Smooya now, is it?
Yeah, let's have a think real quick. What's been successful? I think what's best right now for the CT side for Epsilon is they had success when they had Smooya with the AWP or Smooya towards B, right? Have someone to take control of platform, try and rotate a player off towards A. Yes, Method are tending to go towards that B site, but really you want information. You want, as a CT side, to have control of a portion of the map to be able to have better information and better rotations, because you saw how late Maeve and Smooya were towards that B site.
Once again as well, Method are getting the opening frag on the board. They take down Barbar just off these early aggressive plays. Weber, a lot of map control already. He's in drop. Prime time angle to just cut off the rotate of Epsilon. This is looking good.
It is indeed. 2 UMPs as well into Freddy and Smee. Not really the best firepower you can have. So, rotation comes in. They are heading towards B. Freddy B will find the frag on towards Weber towards drop. So the look will not come in. CT defense spread. We're in a 4 versus 4, but the problem is on that CT side, you have to spread your defense. So really, it's a 4 versus 2 on this B side, Jack.
This is going to be so awkward. Freddy B. He needs to be the catalyst into the round, the difference maker, and get those opening frags as he is holding. He's going to spot handles in here. This quick flick comes over. Wanted to get the spray transfer, but it was not meant to be. Luckily enough, Cosmin goes for the trade. He gets the second kill as well, just in the nick of time. As Stanley will come in. He was very stealthy in the corner. Landed the shot, can recover the bomb. He's still got 50 seconds to play within the round, and a sprinkling of utility.
Has a smoke as well. Smokes off towards drop. Flashbang comes out as well. Will he face with it, though? That's the question. He does. They're blinding out to get the first frag. No, he doesn't. You can see as well. I thought he had that. He did as well. Whiffing the spray there slightly. Only tagging up Maeve instead. Smooth there with that board for Epsilon, and it's a 5 versus 7. Method, they had the advantage. They found the frag towards drop, but then they fell back. They went back towards B. Weber maybe pulling the trigger a little bit too early.
Yeah, and this is the thing as well. These rounds have been so close, even though Method are winning it. Exactly. Look at the economy.
And that was the power of finding those 1 or 2 eco frags per round as slowly you whittle down that T economy and you put players onto Tech 9s and UMPs and whatnot. 5 to 7. Method 2 rounds in the lead on round 13. If they win this one, try and have that 10 to 5 scoreline after winning the pistol, but if they lose it, if Epsilon can break the bank of Method here, you can see how low their money is. Forced onto a Tech 9 and low utility. If they win this, they get to 6. They're playing versus the Eco, that's 7-7. And that final round could be the pendulum, the swinging point, and who takes his first map.
Cosmin towards the speed bomb site. He has been playing his role quite well. Just depends if Freddy B can come into the fold as well. As they do just peek out. Jenko goes for the early little information peek, just trying to see what he can. Obviously with the Tech 9 as well, the weapon where he can be a little bit more flamboyant. It's not as big of a risk.
It isn't indeed. Stanley now towards drop instead of Weber. CTs don't have the best information there towards platform. Jenko though, tight in the cubby with that Tech 9. So Cosmin, if he decides to push, will meet his demise, but Jenko peeks out with no flashbang as well. That could have been extremely risky if Cosmin peeks right now. But no, timing is in Jenko's favor as he slowly walks back and retreats from B, but he's made no presence. There should be 2 players towards A here, surely.
You'd assume so at this point. I mean, there's been no noise towards B. They have no reason to be so heavily stacked. They have the quick rotate in Smooya, but Smooya could be overpowered quite swiftly. Maeve goes down as well. There's the frag on towards Smooya that we expected. Weber gets the team going on Stanley, though. Causes a little bit of an issue. But they do have complete control of A. There's a welcome that.
Weber now can lock off the rotations towards this A site as well. Towards Connect, they have to cross his crosshair. Barbar towards drop. Freddy B as well towards T-spawn. Are they going to play for Exis? I believe they should. If we can look at the money real quick, please, Keita. Let's take a look. So yeah, 800, 600, apart from that, it's basically 0. Going to be saving this one like the call. The problem is, though, who is this behind him? It is Barbar. Will he be losing his M4? Actually, no. Finds himself an AK. Going to try to jump back towards window. Goes towards that B site and is going for that save.
Jenko's actually on the hunt as well. They're going to push through into Connector. Just see if he can spot him out, if he was sticking by it for anything else into the round. But they have played it smart. One and done. Back off. Don't go extra John Rambo.
It's 2 times now we've seen a team kill come out from Method. Is it land jitters? Is there too much pressure on this game potentially? I mean, this is what we thought to be the final, right? Method versus Epsilon, the 2 powerhouses. Barbar just carelessly throwing his life away. I mean, are they really going to be boosting drop in that scenario? The chance is so unlikely. Usually when you hunt, you're going 1 by 1. And instead, he's holding for the boost and overfaces, and Jenko finds that frag. So it's another gun, gone.
Yeah.
And what if, right, on this, they forced it.
Ooh.
Okay, so they don't want Method to get to 9 rounds here. They don't want to play for 9-6. They want to play for 8-7, and already we've got many players going towards that B site from Method. Flashbang comes up, but they're not going to really do much with it. Smoke comes out from Epsilon Esports. They have control of the platform, but Smooya pushes towards A long, catches spots off guard, but from mid, Jenko's there. He has his teammates back, and you can see Smooya caught off.
Good jobs as well now as they make their way out on towards the bomb site. Straight through drop. Stanley, of course, has been so proficient in getting those opening frags. The main prolific fragger when they are situating them over towards the bomb site. It's just locking off angles left, right, and center. Weber going to strike as well, takes down Cosmin. And that entire investment for nothing. 1 kill on towards Stanley. Waste of cash now as Epsilon just get torn down. They're going to have nothing into that final round. I mean, their economy is going to be absolutely broken, isn't it?
Potentially. Yeah, exactly that. So they're going to have to go for double force buy. I mean, they could have saved this one. Actually, no, I'm lying. They had $0, didn't they? So they lost that round. They go for the force buy around the 2 and 4s. It should have been 3 and 4s. They go for the force buy around that. And now they're broke on the last round. They're going to have to go for another 5-7 Kevlar buy. Low utility. If I'm Method right now, I know that they're going to have a weak buy with weak utility. Play this one slow. Bleed out all the smokes, flashbangs from that CT side. Just wait for B platform smoke to go. Wait for the smokes for mid to go and do a contact play. Play together and try and overpower and swarm these sites versus the pistols with your better firepower.
They've gone for the stack as well, just going to try and play 3-2. Work together, get the trade efficiently, but the distance they're fighting from, this is going to be so awkward. They're just trying to take that mid control, encroaching slowly. They are doing damage with the pistol, but depends if they know about Nilzinho playing behind. Rock peeks up, finds one frag. It's actually Weber and Pulse to do some damage individually as well. And now they've just got Freddy B heading in towards mid. They can just take pot shots at him, eventually pick him off, and that is going to be a 10-5 half. And I think when you look at it as well, the entire time, they just kept going for these overfaces on the side of Epsilon. We saw them whittling away their own economy.
Exactly.
How many times do we see the AWP on Smooya? One of the reasons that they are very effective on Cobblestone as well is because the more aggressive AWPing style he brings to the table, right? He catches them off guard. We saw it like twice maximum, and he didn't really do anything with it. So instantly, that puts him back into a role that he isn't as proficient at.
I mean, the thing is, I've AWP versus Method before, and it is hard because typically they do very slow contact plays, but they're flashing angles. They're smoking off choke points. I mean, we saw the A-long smokes coming out as well. Just basically, when we saw them play versus Reason a few days ago, they weren't smoking towards A-long. They're doing slow contact plays. They're walking through mid. They're walking up through that mid ramp, walking out A-long. If I'm on AWP versus that, yeah, of course I'm going to play passive. I'm going to get that one kill. I'm going to fall back towards balcony, get that second frag, fall back towards site, try and hold it. The problem is that they're changing their style here. They're not allowing Smooya's AWP when he has it to even have an impact into the round. And you can see really the CT setups as well. Once they don't have a man advantage, they play for themselves, right? Typically, it's like Cosmin alone on that site. If he doesn't find 2 kills, they lose it. They're not really playing together on that B site. I think the only setup I really saw where they were playing together was that one round where they had 3 towards B, someone baiting for someone else, but that was it.
Yeah,
and that was the time when they went A.
The only time we saw an actual efficient crossfire being played as well was the A site take, which was around they got off the back of a sort of
3K,
an overpowered spray control there as well that shouldn't have really connected and got all 3 frags. So it was more just a little bit of luck on that setup that works. But in terms of them actually trading efficiently, it's looking very off today.
It is indeed. So we are going to the second pistol. Method, if they take this one, don't allow Epsilon to plant the bomb and then win versus the force by an eco. If they have a 13-5 advantage, this map could be as good as done, Jack.
And you're looking at it as well, Method, one of the teams in the UK that can be unreal in their pistol rounds.
Maeve, though, smoked up a flashbang. Let's see what he does with that one. Probably a smoke towards connector, flash over balcony, and a flash maybe in the afterplant. Nilzinho with the smoke and diffuse kit. I prefer the smoke diffuse kit than what we saw Maeve have with the smoke double flash, though. Weber tested. Let's see what we can do.
So much information here, but he just needs to find the frags. It isn't meant to be. Sure, he gets the call out for the quick rotate that has now arrived. All the cavalry has hunkered down on the A bomb site, ready to just try and ward off these troublesome terrorists that are pushing in. Pulse will get the opening frag back on towards Freddy B. Cosmin gets spotted out by Nilzinho. How have they not realized what exactly Nilzinho is up to? It's him and Jenko left to try and do damage, and Nilzinho is popping heads, but Maeve was on the site. He's in the back line. It doesn't take much for him to do that frag.
The kit is dropped towards B as well. You can see Jenko just picking it up. He has the smoke as well. He can go for a smoke diffuse here, Jack.
Oh, they're aware of his position. It seems that they don't actually realize he's been able to get onto the site already. He's going to smoke early, gets the smoke down, goes for the elevator, face, finds the headshot, Jenko! The second frag as well, pulls it out of nothing. Jenko back on form in Cobblestone.
That's huge as well. Finding that second pistol. They've won both pistols. When you win both pistols, you've got to be anticipating 6 rounds, but in this scenario here, it should be 5. Obviously, the fact that Epsilon did get the bomb down, which means they should save here. And then, sorry, they should eco this one and then buy up into the next one. The problem is, you're 5 to 11 down now. Do you go for the force buy? You can they get an AK? Cosmin could drop one, go for Deagle, but no. They're going to be going for the discipline play. They're going to be having the full eco into this one. Method now, the SMGs and FAMASs, they can stack up so much cash into this one. We should be seeing a 5-12 scoreline here, and the money should be strong in that Method bank.
They are going to be absolutely loving life at this point. Epsilon as well. You've got to imagine the energy in the team. Very emotional squad. It's got to be hitting them hard. Smooya goes down early as well, just off an individual face, just hoping to do something off his own back, but it, of course, isn't going to go down that way. Stanley gets the opening frag with the UMP, so it's extra cash. Jenko over at the barn will find a headshot over on towards Maeve as well. And Epsilon just look stagnant right now. They're looking terrified.
Yep, they are indeed. Then again, though, you are going to be terrified if you have no Kevlar. You're playing versus the firepower that Pulse has, FAMAS. Freddy B last alive in the 1 versus 5. Method having 5 players alive. 3,500 extra into the bank. No players needing to be dropped as well. They can carry forth these SMGs. If they win the round of the UMPs as well, their money will be in such a good position. It's going to be so much economic pressure onto Freddie being
They go for the knife.
Outside and actually
Go for the knife.
Look at Smooya there. He knows exactly what's going on. They're being schooled right now. The UK's teaching these Europeans how to play some CS on home soil.
Yeah, this is
Outrageous.
definitely an outrageous showing, exactly, from Method.
It was going to be like this, though, right? I mean, coming into this, you've got to be expecting either Epsilon to crush Method or Method to crush Epsilon.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. Anyway, here comes the buy now. They saved and they eco in the previous round for this. 5 AKs, decent utility as well. One of those UMPs has been dropped. He's bought an M4 instead. Jenko on the M4A for this round. So, going to be black control here from Method. The deep Molotovs come through. Barbar, low HP, only takes 40 damage though. But this is what I mean. We never saw anything like this from Epsilon. They would smoke the end of it, they'd flash, but they would never Molotov. They'd never flush out those Ts to take control of B platform.
Method were allowed so much map control on their T side, whereas the same cannot be said for Epsilon. Freddie B will get the opener, but Jenko responds with one frag, goes for one, but look how low Smooya is as well. Left on 10 HP. Weber's trying to get this information play off, but the main factor is that bomb's still close by. If he just hunkers down, Weber could be the catalyst into the round. This could be unreal if he plays his cards right, but it's not meant to be. Maeve with their instant response, knocks his head clean off. Stanley will find the frag on towards Smooya, but they've only just realized they've been lampooned, and it's the B bomb site that is under contention. 2
kits, a Molotov, that's it. No smoke, no flashbangs. They're going to have to go into this one dry. Pulse peeking out towards site, trying to see if he can find a frag towards this and make it 2 versus 2. But instead, though, Cosmin and Barbar find those final 2 frags. 12-6 will be our scoreline now. Let's take a look at the money here as well for Method on their CT side. So 4,000 across. Ooh, not really, actually. 2,000 there onto Jenko. 1,400 Nilzunius. They are not going to force this one. No, they're going to be going on to a half quasi buy, I would say. You can see HE smoke there for Pulse, smoke off platform. HE need it as well. And then Nilzunia on 1,100. If they go for a double save here, you could have an AWP into the next round. They have rounds to play with. They have a 6-round advantage, obviously. So, Epsilon, very commanding round there. Weber peeking out a little bit too early, gets caught off guard and gives up that B-bomb site for free. Let's see if he can hold it down this time.
The thing is as well, it depends how calm and collective they're going to take this push towards the B-bomb site. If they're not clearing their angles like this, with the confidence that Method have, they're just going to try and take the fight to them. They pull it off the bag as well. Weber getting that first frag, even though he falls at this point. They've scavenged AK. Stanley could be so effective into the round, but it's not going to go that way. Smooth with the spray down as he is getting these frags off. That's going to be the hat trick for the man. Hungry for the quad kill, as he will eventually take it. It's all just left on Jenko, and he is miles out of position, trapped over at A, trying to work out what the hell has just occurred at B.
We are potentially hyping up an Eco 4K a little bit highly, but then again, right, think about it. 4 players alive now for Epsilon. Jenko, if you can find another frag here, try and take out another $4,000 worth of investment. We could be seeing better Eco come out from them, but he lives just about, and as I say that, Freddie B will find that frag as Jenko goes to the reface. 12-7 now, round number 20. So, let's take a look. Oh, we can take a look at the buy. We can see Smooya's beautiful face.
Sure, you can also see his beautiful entry on towards the B-bomb site. And the thing is as well, touching on the reason why one of these rounds are so important for him is him as an individual, a very emotional player. You feel like this is going to fire him up, get him back into that spot where he needs that confidence.
So, AWP now, Weber and Nilzunius as well. Are they going to be doing the double up setup we see? We see G2 run this, we see Virtus Pro run this, Pasha towards B, and then you have Snacks towards A. You've got Shocks towards B, you've got Kenny S towards A, and this time Nilzunia playing towards Connector. He will be the rotate AWP. Weber holding down that B site towards Statue. Typically, though, this changes up the rotations as well when you bring out the double AWP. Instead of the AWP rotating towards B, you don't want 2 AWPs in that B bomb set, right? You want to rotate over the Rifler, and the Rifler is Jenko, but look how far he is towards Wood. Epsilon could maybe find some weakness here towards the B site. If they do smoke execute, they could only be playing versus 2 rifles and 2 AWPs. Yeah. That could maybe catch them off guard or catch them out, but nevertheless, though, Maeve comes down here towards Electric, peeks out, spots nothing. Counter smoke comes in towards Electric now. Method trying to contain the Ts. They know where they are. As I say that, though, they have no control towards B plat. They don't really have any presence as well towards this A site. And now look, you can see the swap, right? The rifle comes towards B, towards window, and the AWP is now the anchor of the A site, so they're playing it properly.
Yeah, they've sold the idea as well. Implanted the seed of doubt in their minds. They do believe this is going to be that late round B play. Maeve spots out Stanley. Luckily enough, he actually stays alive. That's so important. If he'd been taken down, This could have been even more of an awkward round. It will be the push towards the A bomb site. Rides quite heavily on Nilzinho, holding them off. Stanley finds a frag on towards Maeve as well. So that rotate play is taken out of commission. They can rotate over as freely as they like to try and recover the bomb site. Jenko doing damage to the M4 as well. Cosme will respond. Nilzinho needed to find the frag, but unfortunately he doesn't quite land. It leaves them in a 2 versus 3. A slow, timid approach from Epsilon now because they don't want to run the risk of losing this one, but Weber will land a massive shot. Takes down Cosme. It's all on Smooya. His rifling skills have been looking better and better. An artist with the AK when he's on point, but with 10 seconds left to play with and he's out of position, it's not around he's going to be able to win. Weber will strike, and they bounce back instantly.
The AWPs picking off each player one by one. As Epsilon fall to the hands of the AWP there from Weber and Nilzinho. 30-7 out, round 21. 6 rounds separating these two teams. Method need 3 to close this one out. Epsilon need 9. 9-3, and you know, looking at the consistency of buy rounds as well, Method should really have this one in the bag. UMP onto Maeve. Apart from that, it's going to be some strong firepower there. 3 AKs and an AWP. Fast play as well, Barber of the AK. A stern leader trying to take matters into his own hands. He does just that as he finds the frag onto Weber.
This is what he needs to do as well. Lead by example, get those opening frags, reinvigorate his troop. But unfortunately, it will not go down like that. Instantly gets snubbed out as Stanley fires back over towards B. Bit of a stalemate now as they're left in a 4 versus 3. 2 players towards drop down. They're going to be bringing the bomb over now. But Pulse, he has been very proficient in holding drop down. I mean, almost consistently throughout his career, very effective as you will get the opening frag. But this time around, it is a trade. Maeve left on 12 HP though, Snods. It's not the best case scenario, is it?
It isn't indeed. Let's take a look now. Smooya with the AWP going to be challenging Stanley, who has that AWP as well. Peeks towards Chicken Coop over the smoke, but won't see anyone just yet. Stanley right now, let's see. Is he holding the angle towards the right side of the box? Smooya has the bomb as well. If he falls here, the round could be over. Instead, though, he's worried about Electric, and already they managed to find themselves out of the platform and towards Speedway.
The contact AWP is Smooya, but he misses. The apple crumble gets served up. This could be the difference maker as well. They're completely aware. They can cover block, smoke him off as he has to try and charge in, force them to break rather than just bend and stay alive. Going to commit to the bomb plant now as well, just with a fake, hoping to bait him in. But Stanley gets the opening frag, retaliates with a Tech 9. Time's ticking away. He's got 25 seconds left to try and pull this round out of what is looking like it's starting to slip away. But he will find the frag on towards Jenko. Can now fully commit to the bomb plant. It's an AWP versus AWP battle.
Kit there on Nilzinho whiffs the shot towards platform, and Smooya peeks out as well. Nilzinho has no idea that Smooya's changed the angle, but actually baits out the shot. Crosses towards stairs. This is close now.
He has made himself up towards the site. No real utility to play over on either side. Just trying to find that first angle as they play on the contact style. They will find the frag in the end. It's going to be Smooya to shut him down, but too close for comfort.
You saw how they were trying to force the play, force the plant, force the 2 versus 3. Smooya there towards Statue, wide facing towards Rock, towards Connect with that Tech 9 in hand. Epsilon right now desperate for these rounds. And even though they won it, you can see a UMP there onto Maeve, and the buy is so weak on Method as well. They did win pistol, but losing this buy round has broken their economy. Weber there on the scout, they are going for the force buy. If they lose this one, Epsilon gets to 9. They play versus the Eco, should be 10. 10-13. At that point, the winner of the next buy round should really be taking this first map here on Cobblestone. Pulse, though, so strong towards drop. The only person I see, or the first person I saw play that off angle towards drop was Phelps, back when he was on Immortals. You play the off angle, when someone peeks out to check window and peek towards window, you're able to see the tip of their head and find a nice easy headshot using that off angle, but usually only works once or twice, right? We've already seen Pulse use that angle twice. Are Epsilon going to be expecting that? Will they try and counter it?
It's the thing as well, Epsilon seem frustrated in some of their decision-making, where they're going into those sites. We saw them not really clearing as common angles, and it's coming back to bite them absolutely massively. Into this buy as well, Method. Occasionally they do pull out some cheeky stuff with these off-buys. Maeve's in the backline though, finds Pulse. This time around, him being taken down gives so much map control to the T's, and it's just going to be easy for them to do what they want.
Tags come out, Maven 1 HP, Barbar on 6. Philip finds another frag onto Jenko. All down to Weber now with the scout. You can see the headshot there from Cosmine. Will send us to 9-13. And this should be the eco as well, right, from Method, right? 10-13, 3 rounds separating these two teams. If we get to that scenario and Method lose another buy round, who knows? Epsilon go for a fast play, they catch him off guard, right? 11-10. Another force buy, another eco. We could be seeing a 13-12 scoreline if Epsilon do win this next buy round. But obviously, they are versus the eco right now. Problem for them is, yes, you can try to build up money into this round and able to bar up if you lose rounds, but you've only got 3 rounds to give. You lose 3, Method get to that all-important 16th, and they take this first map.
A slow contact style approach now as they take control of side, slowly getting their feet wet.
You can see how close they are as well. They're playing for the trade game, not giving away exactly where they are. They might actually be able to catch off. Who is this towards APC? That is Nilzinho. Peeks out, spots one player, goes to the reface, and somehow, some way he's still alive, but eventually Cosmo will find that frag, and very close spacing towards these 2 players, and that means they can play the trade game. Freddy B, a little bit far ahead there, but nevertheless, they're playing versus unkevlarred enemies. Nice, easy spray downs.
Yeah, gets the dink as well now, so will quickly be eliminated. That's a nice little double kill. But this is where the game begins once again. Obviously, the economy of Method should have rebuilt itself a little bit, so they are ready to try and have some kind of standoff.
So, round 24, what's the buy? 5 M4s on the Method side, 4 AKs and an AWP on to Smooya for Epsilon. No kit as well.
No kit. And look how lack their economy is as well for terms of nades. No Molotovs.
Yeah, they have no AWP. Epsilon been doing a lot of A-long contact plays. I want to see a double setup here from the CT side of Method. Double towards Matrix, double towards A-long. And yeah, I like this. They should be able to find one frag here, fall back towards mid, or try and retreat back without giving away a frag to that T side. So let's see. The problem is that you can see if Jenko doesn't find a frag here or gets traded instantly, that leaves Nilzinho in such an awkward position. He needs the frags.
Smear on the contact up as well can normally be a nuisance, but Jenko kicks it off. They're not aware of the location of Nilzinho as well, as he strikes and gets the double kill. And he's in the rear. Maeve running straight past him, but he's not going to clear it. Barbar's quick on these heels, but luckily enough, Nilzinho is aware of it. Here's the audio cue. Pulse comes into effect, a Method instant.
CT side setups, playing together, doubling up. One frag, gets traded out, but look at the position Nilzinho was in. Such an easy spread down there. Doesn't even allow a headshot, just sprays them through the body and gets those 2 kills, making it 14-10 now. Money though, 900, 150 on Nilzinho. Epsilon, their goal right now to get back into this is to break the bank of Method. Win this round, get to 11, play versus the Force by win it, win versus the Eco. You've reset the money loss bonus now for Method. Try get to 10-14, win this one cleanly, and try send us to that round 29. But enough of the future and into the past as we see an AK there onto Pulse. Apart from that, more of the same setup here from the CT side, except from the fact Jenko is alone on A, playing further back. Epsilon here change up their style of approach here. They smoke off Matrix. Jenko caught off guard of the molly.
Ridiculous with the time in there. Jenko should have been punished, but Jenko pulls up the hat-trick nearly. The 4K as well should have been shut down. He had his pants right around his ankles, but he was able to get away with far too much. And Smooya and Freddy B, the last 2 left standing. Freddy B's in the backline, luckily, so we can find the kill on towards Stanley. Could throw a bit of a spanner into the works, but the thing is, Weber, all he's got to do is hold. As long as he just holds this angle, they're going to have to push straight past him. Smooya's already on 56 HP. Even if he clears it, it's unlikely, Snods.
It's bomb as well. Freddy B towards that B site. If Smooya loses the bomb here towards T-spawn, outside drop, the round is almost instantly lost. Freddy B trying to see if he can cause a ruse here towards his A site. Find a frag on one of the rotators and then go back towards B. Maybe he's anticipating them to be stacking A, but Weber here with the off angle.
Thing is, no matter what, Weber just has to hunker down and hold his ground. Has no real reason to rotate into this. Smooya has actually backed off, though. Freddy B must have made the call that he's going to try and make a play towards A. Finds the opening shot, nearly the double kill, but it's not quite enough. Pulse is low. As long as he just stays alive, waits for the rotate to come over, they play together, but Pulse, he's a powerful man. He peeks out and puts pressure on the situation, taking down Smooya. And Method keep on trucking.
15-10 now, match point for the CT side. Look at this, though. 3 frags he definitely shouldn't be finding. I mean, it seems like every single time I cast Jenko on Cobblestone, if he's not finding success towards the B side, he's playing that top of mid-ramp. He loves that position, holds the off angle, they walk into his crosshair, easy spray down.
Dude, 26 frags right now. He's always the impact fragger on Method, or no matter what team he's ever played on. On Cobblestone, he is that main impact fragger. Always barrels of impact.
That's how he rose up in the scene as well. That crazy game he had versus Rise. I mean, 38 frags in a 16-5 game, I believe it was. It was something outrageous, close to 40 in, 25 rounds, but that was his rise to fame. He was on Cobblestone, and a year later, here he is on the stage, repeating that similar performance. Default here from Epsilon. They know that this could be the end. If they lose this round, they don't want to be giving away any advantage here to Method. It seems like when they find that first frag, they don't give up. They don't allow Epsilon to come back into this one. 10-9 onto Barbar, UMP on Smooya. UMP is well onto Maeve. They haven't opened Freddy B, right? Tom asked the desk, what could be a sign of there's issues in a team, right? And this could be it. The fact that Smooya the AWPer is not the one AWPing. Is there a power struggle right now on this T side?
Potentially some bickering going on. You never know. Freddie B will go for the early face towards mid, though, just playing for information right now. Maeve's actually very up close, though. He's already managed to get in towards Matrix, and he is trying to run his luck a little bit. He will be that late round look towards the A bomb site when the true attack is going down towards B. Heavy drop-down control here.
CTs, though, wise. They don't want to play anywhere close to those Tech 9s. Playing far back. Let's see, who's number 8? That is Pulse. The dedicated drop player. Actually leaves drop, so Electric could potentially be wide open. You can see as well Stanley playing such an open position as well. And soon he finds the first one to main. Here it comes.
Oh, Weber whiffs the shot, though. Whistles again as they actually try and push their way past. He's struggling. He does land the flick. Luckily enough, it is a tag on Smooya. Softens him up enough for Pulse to take him down. As
someone land a shot!
Way through. They need to do something. There's no time left to play with as well as they are on the bomb side, but they lose. If they can't plant right now, they're not going to find the frags. This round's over. Method have locked it out just by holding for time.
Battle of the whiffs there towards Chicken Coop and B platform. Then again, though, right? If you're on that CT side, all you're doing is causing time. Even though he's whiffing, he's dodging, he's darting, he's peeking, he's falling back there, jiggle peeking. The whiffs came through, the pressure got to him, and the factor's missing, they ran out of time.
I think this sums up the entire display of Epsilon in that matchup. That final round really puts it into a nice little package because the thing is, they look scared the entire game.
And not just that, the fact that the AWP was in Freddie B's hands. Why was Smoo not wielding that, the primary AWPer, for this international side?
It just looked messy, they looked confused, it looked like there was just odd decision making, and it didn't work structurally. They didn't seem like it was a fluid transition, they were all over the place.